See Priest get loose. Car gets out from it, and then Buescher, right in his tire tracks, did the exact same thing.
It's almost, Clint, like he reacted to when he saw Priest getting loose, trying to get turned down the racetrack. And we talked about it yesterday. A lot of bumps right there in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
And I think Gregson did the same thing, following suit. He was just trying to get out of the way, you know, spun to the inside. But I don't think he got into anything. And he always does. You can see Suarez trying to move him up the racetrack. He got, man, he just got close to trying to hang on his outside, and away it went. That was kind of a power move by Suarez, trying to get to the lead, and just two guys fighting for position. But in result, Suarez to the point, and Kyle Busch spuns around.
All right, we're going to ride along with Kyle Busch through this as he battles Daniel Suarez for the lead, turn 2.
You see Suarez, looks like he's going to have him cleared getting in. Checks up, I see a little bit of fire out of the exhaust. As soon as Kyle tried to get back to the throttle, the car jumped out from underneath him, got loose. Then I just almost wonder, was he just that little bit higher on the racetrack where we haven't seen a lot of guys running yet today?
I think he's going to be a little bit upset with 99. But let's see what 99 has.
Driver's side first. He talked about yesterday. He's like, it didn't look bad, but it hurt. You're going to see right here again, that tire blows out, spins around, driver's side first into the wall. Almost the exact same point that happened yesterday.
Glancing blow with the left rear corner and then pancakes it with the wall. Deja vu all over again. Here.
Down on the bottom of the racetrack, it just came around on him. Did a good job of keeping it out of the wall, staying into the throttle, running it right down. Now, I will disagree with you, Jamie. It probably could have worked out a little better, but if you're going to do it, rolling right into your pits is a pretty good spot. Tire went down. I think it went down in a good place. Thank gosh they have the turf right here on the inside of the racetrack. That 2 years ago, or what was it, 3 or 4 years ago, when that was grass, that would have ripped the whole front end off this car. So hats off to Marcus Smith and team for putting that turf. Tire, left rear tire.
He was running in 9th. We'll give you Kyle Busch's view next.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do if you're Austin Cindric in a position like that. If left rear tire went down, it gets on that rub block, and you're just along for the ride. Into the long slide when they do their pit sequence right here.
Larson was 10th.
Wow, so fast. That car was light on its feet. Got down to the bottom, come out from underneath of him in a heartbeat.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick through this.
If you're Kevin Harvick, if that car would have backed up the slightest little bit, it'd have been the end of his night.
I don't think we've been able to appreciate in a while how hard everybody is driving every single lap in all of these races. But Blaney and Larson being on old tires, they're having to push it just that little bit extra in order to maintain with these guys that had a little fresher rubber.
But Larry, let's talk about that gamble. Once you start seeing how this race is going to play out, if you're going to have one round.
Huge run on Suarez on the inside, goes into the course, tries to slide up in front of him. Car gets loose. Woo-hoo, into the wall it goes. And then it may be a tire flat or toe link bent. I don't know what it was. Come around and spun off of 4. But man, that car shot up the racetrack. We couldn't tell if it got into the wall, but obviously did. Damage to the right rear. Whether it cut the tire down or not, he come around and spun off of 4.
Watch his hands here.
Yeah, he's sawing on it pretty hard.
Makes the same slide Bubba Wallace did down into the chicane area that is used for the October Roval race, and then goes around.
Well, the tire's not down.
Well, getting into the wall. What are the possibilities? Bent toe link in the rear, perhaps?
It just
well,
looked like
it was a bent toe link in California earlier in the year.
Yeah, it just didn't look like that hard of contact to me. And look, we'll see here when they pull the tire off. But Clint, we've seen a lot of cars get into the wall. And
on Suarez to the bottom, hits the grass a little bit, and then gets blocked, backs up.
It looked like Blaney just got on the apron a little bit, Clint, and the car snapped out from underneath him.
It really did block off the racetrack.
Hamlin and Wallace with a good bit of damage too.
A lot of good cars in that one. Wallace again. And it seems like if you've had trouble, if you've been having adversity, I agree, he was on the apron right there. But I think he was watching the 8 car. You know, he was reacting to those 2 cars stacking up in front of him, got on the apron. And Kurt actually drove up on his right front a little bit.
William Byron involved also. There's Hamlin. Both of the front row cars as McDowell gets turned around.
And a lot of impacts right there.
Yeah, he did. Beat around pretty big.
That first hard hit was from Kurt Busch. Let's see Kurt's onboard camera.
22 with him. All straight back. Somebody in the middle up there, about 5 rows in front out. 3 right on the
Nowhere to go. Right in his lap.
Let's ride with Joey Logano.
Breaking up ahead, stay low, 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 get low, get low, get low, get low, turn down.
That's a good feeling you can make it through. I was just waiting.
Contact, but Harv got up and into the wall.
This was almost exactly like Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez earlier. Got close to the 47 and car came out from underneath of him, but I don't think he was very happy. Drove up to the back of the 47.
Here's a different look. Harvick's.
It was almost exactly like Kyle Busch earlier in the race. No contact there. Just kind of took the air off of him.
Yellow's out. Hold your line.
This is what I was talking about. See him coming off the wall, spinning down to the bottom.
And that'll put us under caution for the 13th time. Brinson Racing to remember Army Private First Class Samantha Huff from Tucson, Arizona. Military policewoman who fell in Iraq at the age of just 18. At Briscoe.
You see Suarez come up, just wasn't clear. Caught the 14, gets sideways, and here comes the impact. Hard hit. You see him spinning. The more you look at that, the whole right front suspension was broke off. I think it rolled underneath the car, and that's what flipped the car. The upper A-frame was broke. The whole right front suspension dug in.
That was Todd Gilliland, tried to go high and just didn't have enough room.
See that right front wheel dug underneath the car, and that's what dug in and caused it to start flipping. Violent crash.
Now let's ride along with Daniel.
I'm going to tell you, if you're Chris Buescher in that position, and we've seen a lot of cars slide through the infield, the last thing you think is going to happen is that you're going to flip. That was the last thing he thought was going to happen. But I'm with Clint. It almost appears that impact from Suarez
watch when it spins around right here. You see the right front. See it flip
right
over?
there.
Yeah.
Dug in.
Upper A-frame was broken. As soon as it rolled underneath the car, it dug in and sent that thing a-flipping. Wow. What a ride. A lot of work went into the safety of these race cars. See him crawl out of that thing. Hats off to everybody involved in that.
And good to know that was nothing to do with another one.
Well, because you just don't know if you're going to bobble. We've seen him bobble a couple times and take a couple laps to get the speed back up. I like the decision he made right there, though, Clint. He got to his inside. They had a good race. I don't think Chase Briscoe did anything wrong.
I think he's going to go back and look at, you know, the run he had before that when he was actually clear for just a minute. Maybe could have slid up. Well, he got it off in there, didn't he?
It looked like he was going to try to slide up in front of Kyle, but just it wasn't far enough up beside him, and the car got loose and got out from underneath him.
This presents a strategy call and a problem for Cliff Daniels and Kyle Larson. Just because he's a leader of this race, now they got a decision to make.
Boy, I'm telling you, this is a tough one, guys. It's going to be an overtime finish. Briscoe's got 4 fresh tires. He's already pitted.
Shoots to the bottom of the 4 tires, goes for broke. Larson didn't see him coming. But when Larson didn't get up in front of Chastain, that's when I think all the trouble happened. I still thought Larson was okay, Jamie, if he would have got up in front of the one and utilized that push. When they got 3 wide, it was actually 4 wide by the time they got off and just...
Well, it looks like Austin Dillon came up a little bit, not knowing that they were 3 wide there, that Chastain was to the outside of Larson and got hooked and turned to the outside wall.
Now, what I just saw there was the seas parted for Kyle Busch, and he shoots the gap right through there as we ride with Ross Chastain.
You see Larson move down. Now you see him out of the gas and pushing. You see the front tires literally turning way tight. He couldn't get up in front of Chastain because of that. Holy cow. Did not see that coming.
Let's ride with Kyle Busch as he gets through here. Wow. Next we'll ride with Joey Logano.
Still coming, keep coming. Mid 3. Bottom is clear, come on, low. Hold on,
And we'll ride with Kevin.